This is Susmitha, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Technology. Last video we have seen that error control, the continuation. Uh, what is error control? Error control is the correction corrected during the transmission. So the types of error: single bit error and burst error. Methods also we are using error detection method. The scheme is start to additional information to frame that can be used to determine the error have been introduced. Cycle redundancy check, checksum and parity check methods are using. Odd parity and even parity, cycle redundancy check. Now we are going to see the error control. Error control include both the detection and error correction. Whenever an error is detected, specified frames are retransmitted. If allows the receiver to inform the sender if a frame is lost or damaged during the transmission, the retransmission of those frames by the sender, including the following actions: error detection, positive acknowledgement and negative acknowledgement. Positive acknowledgement arrives with no error, negative acknowledgement if the frame arrived with error. Retransmission after timeout. Frame is retransmitted after certain amount of time if no acknowledgement was received. Error control in the data link layer is based on automatic repeat request, that is AQR. The category of error control, two categories. First one, stop and wait automatic repeat request, and sliding window. Then sliding window again divided into go back n and selective reject. Stop and wait ARQ. So the stop and wait is a technique used to retransmit the data in case of damaged or lost frames. This technique, the sender will not transmit the next frame until it receives the acknowledgement of the last transmitted frames. So the two possibility of retransmission is stop and wait ARQ. So the damaged frame and another one is the lost frame. When the receiver receive a damaged frame, then it return the non negative acknowledged frame. For example, when the frame data 1 is sent and then the receiver send the acknowledgement 0, that means the data has been arrived correctly. The sender transmit the next frame, the data 0, it reach the undamaged, and the receiver return the acknowledged 1. The sender transmit the third frame, data 1, the receiver report an error and return the negative acknowledgement frame. The sender retransmit the data frame 1. The sender and receiver, each time the sender data is sending 1 and acknowledgement getting, again the data 0 and again get the acknowledgement like this. Last frame, the sender is equipped with the timer and start when that frame is transmitted. Sometimes the frame has not arrived at the receiving end, so that it cannot be acknowledged either positively or negatively. The sender wait for acknowledgement until the timer goes off. If the timer goes off, it retransmit the last transmitted frame. Sliding window ARQ. Sliding window is a technique used for continuous transmission error control. The two protocols used in sliding window ARQ. Go back n ARQ. If in go back n ARQ protocol, if one frame is lost or damaged, then it retransmit all the frames, after which it does not receive the positive acknowledge. Sliding window ARQ. So the go back, the one frame is lost or damaged, then it retransmit all the frame, after which it does not receive the positive or negative positive acknowledgement. In the above frame figure, the three data 0, 1, 2 have been transmitted before an error discovered in the third frame. The receiver discovered the error in data frame, so they return in negative acknowledged 2 frame. All frames including the damaged frame are discarded as it is transmitted after the damaged frame. Therefore, the sender retransmit the frame again data 2, 3 and 4. Next one, selective reject. The selective reject ARQ technique is more efficient than go back N ARQ. In this technique, only those frames are retransmitted for which negative acknowledgement has been received. So the receiver storage buffer keeps all the damaged frames on hold until the frame is error is correctly received. The receiver must have an appropriate logic for reinserting the frames in a correct order. The sender must consist of a searching mechanism that select only the requested frames for retransmission. Selective reject, that is repeat, automatic repeat. ARQ. The first protocol is the simple protocol with neither flow or error control. We assume that the receiver can immediately handle any frame it receives. In other words, the receiver can never be overwhelmed with incoming frames. The data link layer of the sender and receiver provide transmission services for their network layer. The sender and receiver data 0. So again data 1 is transmitted, data 2 the damaged or lost, the negative acknowledgement again resent to the discarded frame. In the above figure, the three frames, the data 0, 1, 2 have been transmitted before an error discard in the third frame. The receiver discovered the error in the data 2 frame, so it returned the negative acknowledge 2 frame. So the damaged frame only data 2 is discarded, the other subsequent frame 3, 4 are accepted. Therefore the sender retransmit only the damaged frame data 2. Thank you.